Hello everyone, it's a pleasure to be part of this international conference. My name is Saadia and I am a PhD student from Ibn Zohri University. My work is about the effects of cultural factors in green supply chain management implementation. And through this paper, we'll be seeing the following points. In fact, the central aim of the present paper is to investigate the influence of organizational and national cultural orientations on the adoption of green supply chain management practices in the Moroccan firms and diverse sectors. Much recent discourse had investigated the role of cultural factors in regard to sustainability implementing. The findings either support or hinder such implementation. So the current study aims to expand the previous work performed on this relationship to fill the research gaps and contribute to the green supply chain management literature in the context of developing countries. To do so, we intend to implement the following objectives. Examine the role of national culture on green supply chain management implementation. Examine the role of organization culture as well on the green supply chain practices implementation, and examine the role of firms' characteristics on the relationship between cultural factors in green supply chain management. In short, our research question is, do national culture and organizational culture influence green supply chain management implementation? To answer that question, a systematic literature review was conducted. And based on the conducted literature review, we developed a conceptual model. A pilot study was conducted as well, a quantitative survey as well, and data analysis for discussion of results was performed. Through the research methodology, we will see the sampling. In fact, this thesis used a convenience sample. It involved sending a number of questionnaire surveys among managers within selected organizations in diverse industry sectors in Morocco. A sample of 147 firms was reached using online survey questionnaire during spring and summer of 2020. Here the table represents sample characteristics in terms of industry sectors, firm type, ownership type, and geographical dispersion. By this paper, we are responding to research calls from academicians and professionals to explore what impacts cultural factors have on greening supply chain management. So the conceptual model that was developed comprises two effects, a direct effect and a moderating effect. The main constructs are national culture, measured with the GLOBE project, developed by Housey All 2004, and organization culture, measured with competing value framework, developed by Cameron and Queen, 2006, and green supply chain management, measured with diverse items from prior scholars. So the first research hypothesis postulated a direct and significant effect between national culture and green supply chain management. The second hypothesis postulated a direct and significant impact as well between organization culture and green supply chain management, while the third postulated that firms' characteristics, which are firm size, firm type, and industry sector, are moderating the relationship between national organization culture and green supply chain management. After gathering data, we used the two-step approach to analyze the data. Here we have the assessment measurement model using the SPSS version 25 and assessment of structural model using the SMART PLS. The next slide represents the R-square, the effect size, predictive relevance, Q-square as well. the structural models generated from smart PLS, we can see the direct relationship and the moderated relationship as well. So the hypothesis summary for the direct effects. Here we have a supported first hypothesis that postulated a direct and significant relationship between national culture and green supply chain management, which is significant but negatively influencing the relationship. So organizational culture has a positive impact, positive, direct, and significant impact on green supply chain management, while national culture have a negative, significant direct impact on green supply chain management. As for the moderating effects, we have the sector industry do not impact, sectors industry variables do not impact the relationship between national culture, organizational culture, and green supply chain management. We have firm size, firm type, or ownership type supported hypothesis, which means that both variables do moderate the relationship between cultural factors and green supply chain management. Here, I would say that our study differs from the previous works in multiple ways. Our project here focuses on environmental practices at the supply chain management level in a developing country. As well, to the knowledge here, we are to say that this is the first paper that studies both national and organizational culture in the same time. So our paper contributes to the theoretical debate by formulating a conceptual model to approach culture at the organizational level. And it uses a quantitative survey. And like many other works, our contribution here has some limitations that may be developed in future works, like integrating new variables like religion, like language, etc., to the conceptual model. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your participation. Have a good day.